Hello and welcome to Teresa's Journal. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about therapy. Um, and That'll take up most of the time. Just discussing the different types and how you might go. And um, first of all, an update on my daughter. She's doing better. She came out and sat with me outside on the porch and wrote in her journal and was just in my presence spending time with me. And I tried not to say anything because I didn't want her to go away. So I just sat there and enjoyed her being next to me for a period of time. So that was good. I worked tonight. So for me, I worked tonight. Got my preventazine last night. I normally take 4 8-milligram preventazines, which is, let's see, I should know this already, 8, 16, 32 milligrams. I go up and down between 4 to 6 8-milligram tablets, so between 32 and then I go to 40, and then I go to 48, depending upon my symptoms. Yesterday, because I hadn't taken any for a while, when my husband first got home, I took 2. And then before I went to bed, I took 4 more. And that's probably kind of a fast taper up. Any psychiatrists out there right now are probably going, oh my God, why did you do that? But I've been on preventazine for 8 years, and I've been working with it for a while, and I know how it affects me, and what I can do and not do with it. And that's that. Sorry, folks. It works. I feel better. Much, much better. It's amazing how fast preventazine works. I don't have that sense of doom that something's wrong, something's going to happen, something's going on. That's gone. Don't have any voices right now. They don't generally talk to me when I'm occupied doing things. It's just when I'm trying to sit and be by myself that they tend to interact with me. So therapies. So right now there's a lot of people grieving. They're grieving the loss of their life pre-COVID, loss of jobs, loss of coworkers. They're grieving for their friends and family who are on the front lines. They're grieving for their jobs, for their income, for their money. Like I said before, there's been an increase in antidepressants and anti-anxieties and I want to say sleep medication, insomnia medications, since COVID started. I want to encourage people who are feeling overwhelmed and like they need something, maybe to consider therapy. Medications are good, but they're not always the answer. If you are feeling suicidal, please do go and seek medical help. At the point, it's not therapy; it's a psychiatrist, nurse practitioner, who specializes in psychiatric care that you need. But therapies. So if you have there's 3 types I'm going to talk about. I'm talking about psychoanalysis. I'm going to talk about cognitive behavioral therapy. I'm going to talk about homeopathy as 3 different types of therapy that you could consider. For psychoanalysis is going to be working more with your past, looking at the things that have happened in your life, analyzing them, and trying to determine how they've made you who you are. I think for some people that might be very good if you've had a very rough childhood and you're trying to understand it and trying to understand why you are the way you are because of it. So psychoanalysis might be the way to go. My favorite is cognitive behavioral therapy. So cognitive behavioral therapy is therapy where you look at your thoughts and then you decide, do you agree with that thought or do you not agree with that thought? So it doesn't really try to figure out where the thought came from, and that would be psychoanalysis. So cognitive behavioral therapy, you have a thought, okay? So you have this thought. Do you agree with the thought or do you disagree with the thought? Now often we have actions that we take on our thoughts. So you decide what action you're going to take based on that thought. If you disagree with the thought, it may be no action at all. If you agree with the thought, then you might decide to act in a certain way. Now, some people have a hard time. They often may disagree with the thought, and yet they find themselves acting on it anyway, and then later going, why did I do that? And those people who were like, why did I do that? Cognitive behavioral therapy might be very helpful. I did cognitive behavioral therapy myself for years and found it to be fantastic. I worked through a lot of my problems and feel quite comfortable. I personally saw social workers, licensed clinical social workers. They do wonderful therapy. They're pretty down to earth. You can see a psychologist. They're a little bit more money. They're a little bit more medically based. And I know fantastic psychologists. Psychiatrists who do therapy often do psychoanalysis. Not all of them, but quite a few. So if it's therapy you're after, I wouldn't see a psychiatrist. Honestly, I don't know the degree that nurse practitioners get training in therapy. I would assume quite a bit. The nurse practitioners I work with, I'll have to ask them. The nurse practitioners I work with are wonderful and do a great job prescribing medications when they're needed and helping those that come to us for help. So the very last thing I'm going to talk a little bit about is homeopathy. As a naturopath, I was trained to do homeopathy for years. And this is what I found beneficial about homeopathy. A good homeopath lets the person tell their complete and entire story. And just listens. This sometimes takes a couple hours. You're not, the homeopath isn't supposed to really interject. It's just supposed to be what the patient needs to say or get off their chest. And then based on all the things they say, the homeopathic physician or practitioner looks in all these books and tries to decide what substance best fits the case. It's very complicated. And I will say this, you end up sometimes with a liquid, sometimes with a little sugar pill. Sometimes you take it once a day, sometimes you take it whenever the behavior occurs. Sometimes you take it in a liquid form several times a day. My naturopathic friend's going to hate me. I really don't think there's anything there. I think it's a sugar pill or a liquid. But the thing is it's a reminder, a physical reminder of the behaviors you want to change. And it's, I am doing this, taking a pill, a little sugar pill, to change a behavior or to change a thought. And it's sort of a frequent daily reminder that you're working on changing those behaviors, changing those thoughts, or the things that you're worried about or that have taken you to homeopathy. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think there's a place for it, and it works for a lot of people. For those people who have gone to therapists and get tired of therapists telling them what and how to do things, consider a homeopathic physician. Naturopaths are often trained in homeopathic. Well, not often; they always are. It's a major tenets in naturopathic physician treatments and modalities, but there are also homeopaths who are not naturopaths who are very well trained in homeopathy. So do your research. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. I'm not getting very many. A few things. My friend Marlene wanted to point out vitamin D is very important for depression, and she's right. There's so many. I could talk for hours. I am going to do a segment, not here in the next few days because I'm going to be working, so they're going to just be short, brief segments, probably more about, just having good days at work. But anyway, I'm getting off topic again, and this is getting long. I just want to close by saying, Yahweh, please be with me today at work. Help me to be caring, kind, loving, patient, understanding, giving. Please watch out for my safety and the safety of the patients, all the patients and all the staff. Please help the patients to know that we're doing things for them out of love and care and concern and understanding, and that we're wanting to help them feel good again. Thank you. You guys, I have 20 subscribers now. Very exciting. I appreciate all that. I hope this is helpful. Hope this reaches who it needs to reach. Love ya. May Yahweh be with you.